think I just put the one that's absent. Where are
Roll
they?
call, you write this down, Brenda?
Just give me just a
Okay.
second. Here.
So we got a quorum with you setting this a vote.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
Okay, Frankie does C and D.
I said she was. I didn't know that. I said this was
Okay, Fred, I guess we're gonna
Okay.
do what we're gonna do.
Appreciate everybody.
Give us a heads up.
Appreciate everybody coming. The purpose of this meeting is to go over a settlement offer that was presented by Norris Brothers attorney. They offered to settle for $60,000. Apparently this settlement offer's been hanging out there for a while, so they're really itching to get the case resolved. If you want me to go through any numbers?
Yeah, go ahead, yeah, give us.
The contract price was originally $527,700. There was one change order that affected the contract price, which was for $2,800, and which made the total contract come to $530,500. I did a lot of research and digging and organizing, and files were just a mess. I mean, people who were part of the contracts no longer in the positions they were in. So it was a challenge getting everything together, but I got it together. The Norris Brothers originally bid for riprap was 2,000 tons at $40 a ton, which would be $80,000. They claimed in their final invoice that they installed 3,685 tons, 85.96 tons, estimated to be worth $147,438.40. So the excess riprap that they claimed to have installed came to $67,434.80. The original claim that was filed against the town originally by Norris Brothers was $95,574.99. So after my analysis and calculations and everything, the town originally still owes Norris Brothers $20,896.20.
What was that invoice for, Fred?
Which invoice?
That we didn't pay?
That was just, I can't tell you exactly, there was no invoice for that amount. It was just money that hadn't been paid, it hadn't been invoiced.
So they didn't invoice it?
For, I guess, the retainage.
Okay.
That's the best I can calculate. I got all of the payments, added them up, and subtracted from the contract price. I got the records from, Northwest, Economic Development, got the grant, their grant records showed what was paid. I went through all the emails, all the records that the town had, and it was provided by, Norris Brothers and Discovery. And that's what I've calculated. That's
So that is the amount that
the town.
was less than what the original
We owe them that money now. don't we, Brandon?
95,000.
We
That
owe them
dollar
that
amount.
money besides the other money.
I mean, with the grant that we got in, did it show that we liked that much finishing up the grant money?
I calculated everything. The grant, what was received, of course, the town originally had matching funds, it
Yeah.
contributed. So, the grant funds, originally what happened is that they budgeted a certain amount for the grant, but all the bids came in over, and so they had to budget some more money.
Right.
And then, so that's why the contract was let for $527,700.
So you're saying that we still owe them what?
I can tell you that the total amount that's been paid to Norris Brothers, $509,603.80. So you subtract that from $530,500, and you get $20,896.20.
That's got nothing to do with the extra rock.
Northwest has closed up the grant file.
I'd say that's all we owe them.
Did you, Fred, did you speak with an engineer on this job at all?
I haven't been able to touch base with him. He works for a different company now. I've left messages.
Who's that?
Randy McKenna.
Right.
Oh, he
No,
don't work
no,
at TLM?
no,
It's not
Travis
really-
Martin.
Okay.
Who?
Travis Martin.
Travis
He
Martin.
doesn't work for TLM anymore. He works for A2H or something like that.
Works for y'all's people, yeah. Okay.
He works for who?
A2H, Ashby and Hargrove.
Well, did he not work with Randy? Was he part of TLM?
He was an engineer with TLM.
Yeah, well, that would be with Randy McKenna as an engineer over there too.
Now, what you're proposing, to give them the 20,000 and then give them another $4,000 to cut the deal?
That's, that's up to y'all. If the counter offer doesn't meet whatever the opposing counsel thinks the contractor should get, then the case is gonna have to go to mediation. I think the contract file is very clear, the records are clear, that the town doesn't owe this extra riprap money to Norris Brothers. They didn't go through the proper procedure.
Right.
To get the change order, they didn't get the approvals, and there's some additional, things that aren't in their favor.
Okay.
So,
So we're gonna pay them the 20,800 and something, and then that's it, that's all we're gonna give them, right?
That's
What
why
y'all
we're
want-
here tonight.
is that what y'all wanna do?
What's your recommendation, Fred?
well, you owe this much.
Yeah,
Well, there should be no, well, I think we need to just pay that.
Now,
Anything above that, Fred, is just this extra riprap that they went ahead and put in themselves without
Without going through the proper channel.
channels, going through the proper channels to get it done.
they didn't amend the contracts there or
right,
anything.
it's very clear, the documentation is very clear. They're not entitled to it, they didn't go through the proper procedure, the contractor was told repeatedly that the town was not gonna pay the overage. So it's, whatever the board decides, it's,
But you're comfortable in the fact that we owe them 20,000 plus whatever you said?
Less 21,000.
right,
You're comfortable with that we do owe that?
right.
$20,896.20.
I say we need to pay what we owe, that's for sure.
I wouldn't give them, if I may interject, being in that kind of work before, I would not give them any more than what you owe them, because that is kind of showing that, and Fred might be able to say something, but that would interject that you may have some fault and that you may owe them more.
I think, it'd be my recommendation would be that we pay what we owe, really.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything above that, well, we're gonna have to argue about.
And a motion to that effect?
I make a motion, we pay, the company what we owe them.
20,000, shy less than 21.
$28.96.20.
And I'll second that.
We have a motion, a second,
I'll say yes.
okay,
What do you say?
yes.
Okay. Come on.
Motion passed, slap your gavel.
Sorry about that, I guess I was sleeping. Yeah, I'll vote for it.
4-0-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, I guess are we done?
That's it.
Okay, I guess we're gonna pay them what we owe them, and that's all.
That's it.
And they'll just have to come and see us or whatever.
If they don't accept it, then we'll have to go to mediation.
Okay, all right, we'll just have to go further. Okay. All right, thanks a
Give
lot.
him the ability to be able to.
Thanks a lot for the
Yeah.
information that you got
Yeah.
here,
Is that what
and
they
we'll
said?
just go.
Well, they're asking for 60 and it's 20.8, so.
Well, see, they ain't even asking for that part.
No, they ain't asking
60
for that.
they're asking for is the riff rock only. They ain't even caught this.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't pay them
Well,
nothing.
they-
No, you pay them what you owe them and tell them, hey. this is what we owe you in our records, we still owe you this, we'll pay you this. The rest of it you're gonna eat because you did not get a change order and go through the right channels to get,
That's right.
to get the money.
Yeah,
Motion
right.
to adjourn.
Second.
All right.
Adjourn.